All right, here we go. Module number 6, week number 6, engagement. So, man, I'm just hoping that all of you all make it to this incredible place. And this is a module, a whole week's worth on engagement preparation for a lifetime, and then putting the course, putting it all together, putting everything that we've learned all together. So that's what this module is all about. And this is video number 1, the purpose of engagement. As I shared with you before, if you're looking for a course that will simply teach you to survive and not thrive, you've come to the wrong course. You've come to the wrong place. Of more importance, you've come to the wrong movement, right? In the Better Man movement, my aim is to set you up for success and not failure. And because of that, I want you to take seriously the purpose of engagement. In marriage, life is a magnifying glass where everything you think and act upon is highlighted. And with the stresses that marriage can bring, it's so important to take a look back and establish again the foundations in the engagement period that's going to set you up for success, lots of success. Living together and growing together in a home will bring about challenges that will cause you to adjust. It's important in the engagement period that you recognize, as you have found this person to be the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with, you take the necessary steps to get enough speed on the runway, the airplane. One of my mentors would use an illustration when talking about the engagement period of a relationship. He would say that if you're trying to get a Boeing 737 to take flight, you're going to need a couple of necessary steps to make sure it happens. One, you're going to need a long enough runway, right? The timing for a relationship to take flight into marriage, the research says, is about 5 to 8 months. Even the shotgun marriages that do make it for the long haul, many couples will tell you that they wish they would have had more time in the engagement period so that they can enjoy each other, learn the family dynamics, and continue to get to know each other, right? The second thing that you're going to need, to get a plane off the ground is fuel. As we have shared before in the earlier modules, have both partners established the conditions such as continued romantic gestures and communication to fuel the connection between the two, right? Married life has additional stresses that need memory, emotional memory from the period of engagement, so that when the emotions change, a woman can look back and remember those romantic emotions that accompany a great period of engagement. And the last thing my mentor would tell me, tongue-in-cheek, was that in order for a 737 to take flight, you need to get rid of any unnecessary baggage. In the period of engagement, as with cultivating an intimate relationship, you need to take this period of time to make sure there is no hiddenness you are bringing into your marriage, right? Because what you eventually hide, you shame. If you have areas of your life that you haven't shared with your partner leading into marriage, engagement with high levels of intimacy is the opportune time to share with her your life experiences which have brought you pain that cause you to feel like you need to hide. Go back to the 7 levels of intimacy if you need it, and that's in the previous module. The result of hiding information that we feel we need to hide is that it is usually covered in shame. And even though when you're hiding things, it feels like you're protecting ourselves as well as the one that we love from any undue pain, what shame-filled life experiences do is that they simply cause us to self-punish or self-medicate. Interestingly, men who jump into porn when married don't wake up one day and say, yeah, I want to self-medicate and self-punish in order to protect what's going on underneath, right? So we want to get rid of our baggage in our period of engagement. The challenge, right? The challenge in a relationship during the engagement period is that you begin to take on the responsibilities of marriage. Don't do it. And let me just say this from a newly married man who is thoroughly enjoying marriage. Bro, why do you want to do that to yourself? What I mean is this: why would you prematurely take on the responsibilities of marriage when you really don't have to? And this is a special note. I know that it's a thing right now to move in together before you get married, to test the waters, and I'm not saying this to kill anyone's desires. In fact, this is quite the opposite, because I want you to have a more of a long-term enjoyment. But when we do this, you bypass the process, because there's both a process that she needs to go through as well as you need to go through during the engagement period. My encouragement to you is not to take on the responsibilities of marriage until you're married. It doesn't mean that you don't have a plan. We most definitely have a plan, right? But it does mean allowing both you and she to remain whole individuals, practicing your better man skills all throughout the dating and engagement process so that you can set the marriage up for success. One of the other reasons, quote, moving in together doesn't work great is because in most cases that I know about, there wasn't a willingness to talk about the responsibilities beforehand. Rather, it was a let's give it a try and see how it goes before we get married. And remember our video on expectations. A great way to sabotage a relationship is to set up false expectations or no expectations, right? What inevitably happens is that you create too much room for disappointment. And when disappointment or pain sets in, you need the tools necessary to move past them. Use the engagement period for what it is, a time to continue cultivating deep intimacy through incredible life experiences, sharing deeply who you are, and creating space to set both of you up for the partnership of a lifetime. When an airplane is at flight, it has the proper fuel to create the speed and the right geometry for an incredible flight to take place. I'd encourage you that the purpose of engagement is to create the optimal opportunity for an incredible marriage relationship, right? So let's recap. An airplane runway, you have to have the right timing. Remember, it's 5 to 8 months is a great optimal time to be engaged. The airplane fuel, cultivating intimacy, those romantic gestures, communication, very important. Airplane baggage, getting rid of the hiddenness connected to shame. Shame-filled life experiences that will creep up on you in the future if you do not deal with them now. Challenge number 4, taking on the responsibility of marriage prematurely. Again, just don't, it's not necessary. Don't do that to yourself. And number 5, the airplane flight, the optimal opportunity for a great marriage relationship. Get all of those things lined up and learn to fly. Set yourself up to really go the distance, right? The Boeing 737s go the distance. Y'all are rock stars. Up next, sex. Period. Actually, not her period, but yes, sex, period, yes, is up next. You guys are rock stars. I will see you so soon.